Well, we saw the completion of the Premier League. You know, all the leagues are starting to wrap up. The Germans a few weeks ago, Spain last week, now England. Only the Italians remain in Europe. We'll have the Champions League in August, and things will start up again in September. But yeah, I'm going to miss it. This has been fantastic. You know, we sit in our quarantine, and I've honored it. But having soccer on all during the day, I've watched more than I have in a long time. So I'm going to miss it. Once again, we see the importance of having Champions League qualification and the battle for relegation. These things illuminate the final week, and it certainly did on this final Sunday. And I already got into preview mode because, again, the season will be back in mid-September. And as I touched on last week, I believe next season will be the biggest, however you want to define that. There are many ways in Premier League history, just because of the sum of the parts of the team. So if I go through here, the 4 teams that made the Champions League are the ones you want. You don't want Leicester. All due respect, you don't want Leicester, especially if the alternatives are Manchester United, the biggest brand in the world, and Chelsea, who are going to only get better based on what we're hearing from the summer. They already have gotten better with some of the signs. So I'm going to rip down through some of the clubs, and you will see why it's important that you pay attention to the Premier League. It's going to be good. Long gone from when Leicester won it. This is going to be hot-blooded at the top. Obviously, Liverpool at the champions. Tons of ambition. They're going to make a huge splash. We hear Jadon Sancho. That would be something to behold. I heard Kylian Mbappe. That's not going to happen. But some young parts, some maybe young defenders that they can get in there, they're going to be right back there. Minamino's there again from the season, so you've got Liverpool. They are not going anywhere. They're here to stay, not just in the Premier League race, but in Europe. I think there's just a good European team. Manchester City, Abu Dhabi, royal family. They're off the hook with UEFA, and they're looking for a big defender, maybe Kalidou Koulibaly. Just so much money going on. So Manchester City probably going to win it next season. Although I think Manchester United, which is the next team on the list, they banked on youth and it paid off in a big way. Paul Pogba's happy. Bruno Fernandes, beautiful. And that young core of players that they waited on, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Anthony Martial, Brandon Williams, ready to roll. I think I'm going to go Manchester United with my pick. A good Manchester United, which we haven't been able to say all the time in the last 20 years, is massive for the league because it carries so much weight. But Man City, Phil Foden, some young players, Eric Garcia. Chelsea, Champions League bound. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz joining it. Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, who was breathtaking down the road. Chelsea, and then it keeps going. You obviously have Tottenham Hotspur, proven in Europe. They are going to have ambition. They got to put some seats. They got to put some butts in some seats in that new stadium. If we get to that point, we certainly will. Arsenal look massively improved down the stretch, defensively better. Mikel Arteta is going to get this team. They're going to be in the mix. That's probably your 6th place team, and they're really good. Newcastle, new ownership, Saudi ownership, big money, deep pockets. Newcastle United, great supporters, great brand. When I first watched the Premier League, that black and white jersey, when I saw that with Asprilla and Alan Shearer, that's when I fell in love with this league. And then I mentioned Leeds United as well. Aston Villa stays up. Aston Villa. You needed a team in Birmingham. And West Brom's coming up, the other team from Birmingham. So you have a Birmingham derby. Aston Villa have a global fan base. You need to have someone from Birmingham. Birmingham's a cool city. That's where Ozzy Osbourne came from. That's where Black Sabbath came. Great musical pedigree. Steel Pulse. Jeff Lynne, ELO, Steve Winwood, who I always get disappointed when I see in concert because he never plays Valerie. But that's for great actors like Paul Scofield. Did you ever see A Man for All Seasons? You ever seen A Man for All Seasons? I wrote a little excerpt from it. And when the last layer was down and the devil turned around on you, where would you hide? Roper, the laws are being flat. The country is planted thick with laws from coast to coast. Man's laws, not God's. Sir Thomas More. You get my drift. You just look at it. West Ham stays up. That's good. That's a big London club. Everything fell into place. And now you have all these big personality coaches to go with the players. I'm very excited for that. Lionel Messi, we can talk about him. There's reports about his father buying a place in Italy, in Milan. And he's not happy with the contract situation. Not happy with Spanish taxes. No one's happy with Spanish taxes. That's Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously, parted ways. So he has a deal till June 2021. He could be a free agent. The ball's in his court if he wants to go. He said in the past he wants to stay at FC Barcelona. He's going to stay at FC Barcelona, I would imagine. It's going to take heaven and earth for everyone to move it, unless Messi lays down a mandate. Heaven and earth to move him for another club, because no one's going to be able to afford him. So Inter, with the news from the dad, have moved to the front. He's making such good money. Look, and I'm not going to fault somebody if they want to challenge, but to leave money, I wouldn't leave the money, so I don't expect anyone else to. But for Messi, that legacy, I mean, if he could compensate, he's going to make a ton of money with his image, sponsors. He is a marketing just goldmine. So I don't know. He gets to combine with Lautaro. You know, they're talking about Lautaro to Barcelona. What if Lautaro stays at Inter and then Messi? And then the Italian Serie A becomes this marketing monster with Ronaldo and Messi. You know, you'll stop what you're doing to see Juventus and Milan. That props up the league. Remember, don't forget Atalanta, the glorious team from Bergamo that is, to me, the best team in Italy, even though Juventus won it. Juventus, 9 straight titles. Whew. I didn't mean that, but I don't know what to... 3,000 days as Italian champs, Juventus. And Maurizio Sarri's in some hot water in Italy because Atalanta's getting the headlines and they're the attractive team and Juventus kind of labored. Juventus, I don't know. I mean, obviously a wonderful achievement to do what they did. Difficult for Italy. They need some changes at the top. All these European leagues do. Just a little bit. We get none. But as it comes down, the decision has to be made by Messi. Maybe he does it now. Maybe he does it in a year when he's free. There is a big price tag attached to it. I want to wrap up by congratulating the Houston Dash. They finished 4th in the tournament of the NWSL Challenge Cup, and then they went through the tournament to lift it. That's fantastic. Shea Groom with a great goal. Rachel Daly gets the golden boot. These tournaments are important. I know many people, because we'll remember them. 5 years, we'll go, remember the Challenge Cup? That was good. This is like a benchmark for that league. As the MLS's back is going to have that kind of effect as well for Major League Soccer. And maybe people will look back and say, that was a terrible time. But you'll remember who won it. I promise you that. So this is no minor detail. So congratulations to Houston. Enjoy it, soak it in. The tournament went through, like everything else, a rocky start, but they completed it without any entanglements. So all you people who said, let's cancel. You were wrong. You were wrong. Don't cancel. Let them go. These bubbles are safer. But now we know a little bit more. Please subscribe to the Soccer OG studio. Audience, check out those monitors. I don't know what's going on.